Hi, my name is Dave Opperman. I run Bravery Victoria, and it's a nonprofit organization that kind of caters to 13 to 18-year-old young men. For me, how I think about how God has changed my every single day, it's a lot on a personal fight between myself and God. I feel like my natural tendency is to just live my life for myself, wake up how I want to wake up and kind of run out the door and not really think too much about it and then catch up with my day. And for me, how God's changed my every single day is when I allow Him to, is the best way to explain it. Every day you kind of have a choice of who you're going to live for. You can live for yourself or live for God. And even when I'm choose to live for myself or subconsciously choose to live for myself, God still is working in my life because I have a relationship with Him. And even on the days where I'm struggling, I can always rely back and be like, oh God, like you gotta help me on this. And I'm sorry, I've failed you in this way. But I feel like the days that I wake up and I actually decide that today I'm gonna live my life for God and just give it to Him and allow Him to use me however He wants, those days are exceptional. Those days I really feel like I'm living my life to the fullest. It's kind of the moment where you have that aha, everything starts falling into place and it all starts to make sense. Even through some of the hardest times, I'll have a smile on my face knowing that God has a plan working through it. A good friend of mine explained it once how he has a little daughter and he has learned so much more about the relationship he has with God based upon his relationship with his daughter. And it just stuck in my head because he's like, his daughter will be doing something and he's watching her and she'll hurt herself or she'll do something that's amazing and she'll come up and tell him, and he knows what's happening. He knows that she just fell down, or he knows that she just did something amazing, and he still wants to hear it from her. He's not like, when she comes up to him and says, Daddy, did you see me go down the slide? He's not like, yeah, I saw it. Like don't tell me about it. I know what's happening. He's like so excited to engage with her and share life with her. And it's kind of how I feel like it's like God knows everything that's happening. And instead of just being like, oh, well, why would I talk to God because He knows it all? It's like I have the opportunity to kind of pour my heart out to Him and allow Him to, like a father to a child, work with me on it and guide me and help me and remind me to not do things again. Remind me to, when I fall down, He helps pick me up. And I can kind of remember key big moments in my life. And one being when I first moved to Victoria, I didn't know a lot of people, but I had this passion to do some sort of a skateboard ministry, some sort of an indoor skate park because it's so rainy all through the year, and just wanted to do it, but I didn't know who to talk to. And I came to Glad Tidings on a whim. I woke up early one Sunday morning. I lived like 3 blocks away from the church and just thought, might as well walk over there and check it out. And I knew one person, and that person introduced me to Andy Moore. And we started talking, and he kind of like lit the fire and was like, yeah, let's make this happen. And that was the start of a long series of conversations to get it going. But I remember one day there was going to be a meeting happening about the potential to build a skate park in Glad Tidings. And I was so nervous about it because I wanted it so bad, and I just was thinking how can I make this happen? And I realized I just need to give it to God and pray about it. And I was challenged to actually walk, I just remember praying, and God was like, well, walk down to the church. And I was like, okay, so I walked down, and it was just at night looking at the building, and I don't know, there's a story in the Bible when people walked around a place and prayed and sang songs and banged their drums, and the walls fell down. And I felt like it was almost the same thing. If I wanted to have this skate park be built, I needed to just pray about it. And I just remember walking around the church praying, and it was just a moment of kind of uncharacteristic. I wouldn't normally just do something like that, but I just felt like I was like, I gave the whole situation to God and knew that he wanted to do something with my life. And so I just prayed about it and walked around the church and prayed, and then went home, and then I got a call and it all got approved, and they were like, yeah, we want to go forward and build this skate park, and let's do this. And it was kind of a moment of like that changed my whole life. From that moment to now is like my whole, what I do is based around this ministry. And it's because of God's doing. Like, there's been so many times that people are just amazed that there's an indoor skate park in a church alone. And it's all because I just was in a relationship with him. And in that moment, that day, I kind of followed his lead and prayed and just had a conversation with him, and he made it all happen. So for me, when I think about every single day, there are so many days like that are just kind of mundane. You just go through the motions. But the days when I wake up and I consciously think, I can make a difference today, and I can do that through God, and through God allowing me to do that and giving my life to him, and just watching what he does with it. That's kind of how God has changed my every single day.